time to play Case or No Case with Lou Cairo from GWC Law. Lou, you know I love when you come in.
Thank you.
I do.
I love to be here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. So pothole season is starting early, unfortunately. It happens in Chicago. And on the streets and expressways, drivers have been careful trying to dodge them. But what happens if you hit one? What legal ramifications do we have?
Well, everybody thinks about potholes as just Mother Nature doing her nasty deal, right? Because
Yes.
the thaw comes out of the streets. And it's always a springtime thing, which is happening now. The scenario that I want to talk to you about, though, is a little bit different. It's not a springtime one, so it's not a Mother Nature problem. This is one in the streets of Chicago on the south side, where there is an area in the roadway that has been riddled with problems for about 7 or 8 years because there's a water leak underneath the road. And the city workers are out there. They're constantly trying to fix the problem. And you can see here, your viewers can see, this is a 22 by 8-foot patch, which is just riddled with terrible potholes. And they've been fixing it for 9 years. They just can't fix the potholes because they never fixed the problem underneath the road.
Wow.
So an Iraqi war vet is driving his motorcycle down the street, minding his own business, 25 miles an hour. And there's construction, there's road construction, all these things going on. And he hits the pothole unexpectedly. And unfortunately, imagine when you're on a bicycle when you're a kid and you hit the front brake.
Yeah.
What happens?
You fly over the handlebars.
Imagine going 30 miles an hour,
no.
and when the front wheel hits, this war vet goes over the front of the motorcycle, gets hit by a car, and unfortunately, he does not make it.
Okay.
So here's the issue. Everybody thinks about potholes as Mother Nature doing her nasty. So this is a different kind of a pothole. So the question is, the defense wants it. The city says, it's a pothole. Potholes are potholes. I mean, we have 4,000 miles of streets in the city. How do we know where all these potholes are? We can't get to them in time.
Yeah.
And of course, the plaintiff says, well, you knew about this one. And you've been putting a Band-Aid on it for 7 or 8 years. So the estate says that the city should be responsible. The city says, hey, we didn't do it. It's Mother Nature's problem. So the question is for you now. You don't have your 2 comrades here to help you. So you're going.
It's all on me, Lou.
You're flying solo here. The question is, do you think that's the case, or do you think there's no case?
I think it's definitely a case.
Why?
I think that the city's responsible for public safety, and they should have fixed the underlying problem.
And then that would, of course, solve the problem with the pothole.
Right.
Absolutely. You're 100% right.
Woo!
See that? You didn't need the other 2 on that one. That was an easy one. Okay, now
I need you.
Let me put a twist on it now.
Okay.
Now let's say the same case. Now there's experts involved, and the experts for the city say, they come in and say, there's like 3 or 4 possible ways this guy may have come off the motorcycle because there's just no witnesses that actually saw the tire hit the pothole. So the city says, well, a car could have bumped him, he could have bumped the car, he could have just lost control, or he could have hit the pothole. But the estate's expert says there's only one possible, in fact, it's the most probable way, that the only way you get launched into midair is, as you said, you hit your brake and you go flying head over heels. So it's a battle of the experts. So let's assume both experts are equally as good.
Right.
Which expert do you think should prevail? The one that says there's 4 or 5 possibilities, or the expert that says there's only one probable way that this accident occurred?
Ooh, that's a tough one, Lou.
But what if I told you that the law says that possibilities are supposed to be irrelevant, they're speculative, and you should ignore them, and only probability should count?
Really?
Talk to me.
Then the other expert has to be taken as the voice, right?
The one that says probable. I like the way you're thinking. You want to sit on my jury? Because this is coming up in a month.
Yes, I would.
This case is coming up in a month.
This is a real case.
Yes, it is, unfortunately.
Wow. So you're dealing with this right now.
An Iraqi war vet came back, and he did 2 tours of duty in Iraq in combat and dodged landmines and IEDs every day, and he died in the streets of Chicago, unfortunately.
That's awful.
Yeah.
We have to find another expert.
Right? We got a good expert on our case.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Lou.
Okay, no problem.
I so appreciate it. And if you guys want more information on what you can do if you hit a pothole, you can head to gwclaw.com.